guys are on the Manatee. This boat's pretty much designed for people with wheelchairs so they can be able to come out and go and enjoy the tours also. So we're lucky to have this boat here. It's very nice. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming today. Now, once we get, are we free? Good. All right, here we go, guys. Now, you guys, I'm Captain Luke. I'll be your guide on the river today. There's a couple things that the Coast Guard likes me to go over real quick before we get going today. If we happen to have a fire on board today, I'll ask you guys to put your life jackets on. That's those orange things up there above your head. Now, you guys know the drill. Stick your head through the hole, tie the strap around your waist, and do the high dive off the boat. But hopefully we won't have to do that today. We've been in business here for over 100 years, and we've never had to do it yet, so I don't plan on doing it today. Now, folks, that glass that you're looking through there is a ½ inch thick. And the water that we're traveling on today is all fresh water. There's no saltwater intrusion here. And there's no up and down with the tide. Now, the river is actually 72 degrees year-round. And it's also 99.6% pure water. You can actually drink this water. Yep. Now, the river goes down about 5 miles. And then it dumps into the Ocala River, and from there it goes 150 miles to the St. Johns River, and eventually it makes its way northward into the Atlantic Ocean. Now there's about 123 springs now through this 5-mile stretch here, and they're putting out around 400 to 600 million gallons a day. That's a lot of water, isn't it? What was it? Fish. Hey, that's cool though. You know, we like fish. Now, folks, there's a lot of manatees in the water today. We're going to have to be real careful that we don't hit any manatees. They're very much protected right now. And they're almost more protected than the U.S. president. I got to back up here a little bit. Yeah, I know, I got to back up. The wind's blowing me over there. I had to make room for that boat to get by there. It's a tight squeeze in here, I'll tell you. Especially with this boat. If you get any kind of wind at all, it's like, you know. So, folks, we're going to be looking for some manatees down the river here. We're also looking for alligators and some birds and fish. Now, folks, if we haven't seen any alligators near the end of the tour today, I will be taking. Oh, there's one right there on the left-hand side of the boat there. See the boat? There's an alligator over there on the side. That's a big one, huh? Wow. That is one big alligator, boy. I'm telling you, man, they can go 25 miles an hour, you know, right on top of the water. So those guys are crazy over there.
I'm not that brave.
No way.
I'll stay here in this big boat. I'm good here.
Now, you guys kind of keep your eye out for manatees. Let me know if you see one. You got to be real careful. Like I said, these manatees are more protected than the U.S. president right now. So, we don't want to hit one of them. We'll be in some big trouble here, boy. So if you guys see something, say something. Isn't that what the cops say? We're sticking with the same thing. Now that bird on the left-hand side there, that's called an anhinga. And those birds, the native Indians call them a snake bird. They're the only bird in North America. When they swim on top of the water, their whole body is actually below the surface. Yeah, so they really do look like a snake. Their head and their neck are sticking out. Now, a lot of times you'll see these birds standing there like this with their wings spread. Can anybody tell me why these birds do that?
Drying off?
No, they're telling you how big the last fish was, they call it. No, you're right. They're drying their wings. That's what they're doing. Now let's cruise on down the river, see what else we can find. Huh? Oh, I thought you saw something. Yeah, you guys, keep your eyes out for those manatees. There's another alligator on the left. Right there. Right up that log over there. That's a big one, man. Wow. Yeah. Now, does anybody know why the alligators have those lumps on their back? Those lumps on their back kind of act like a solar panel. And it helps them to, warm up. An alligator, their digestive system doesn't really work very well. There's a manatee on the right-hand side over there. Right there. Yep. Right there, right straight over right now.
Go ahead, Pataki.
Yeah, their digestive system doesn't work very well unless their body temperature's right around 84 or 85 degrees. So yeah, that's why they get out there and warm up like that. It's kind of hard to see. We might see another one. You might be able to see a little easier. If you can't see it next time, you can use my glasses. There, you got polarized glasses?
Yeah, I had a feeling we should have brought some.
Yeah, you really need
I was
them.
thinking about that.
You can't see very good without them. Now, folks, this little dock over here to my left, that's where they made the show called Sea Hunt on TV back in the day. Lloyd Bridges and
You're telling how old you are.
yeah, if you saw the show on TV, you would swear that they were out in the middle of the ocean. All 155 episodes were filmed right there. Now, folks, see those bigger trees on the bank there? Those are called bald cypress. And bald cypress are some of the oldest trees you'll find on the planet. They did a core sample of a bald cypress tree on the Black River in North Carolina. And when they examined the core, they said, wow, this tree's from 650 BC. And the tree was still alive. That's amazing, isn't it? Crazy. So yeah, the native Indians called this wood the eternal wood. And when the Americans got over here and they caught wind of it, they started cutting all the trees down. They were making ships. They were making gutters. They were making mulch out of these trees. There used to be 44 million acres of bald cypress trees on the East Coast. Today, 30,000 acres left. Yeah. So they cut all the trees down. Now it's against the law to cut these trees down. You see anything in front of us, Chelsea? So folks, back in 1938, there was a guy that worked at the park here. His name was Colonel Toohey. Well, Colonel Toohey decided he was going to buy some monkeys and put them on this island down the river here and try to boost the tourism at the park. So he bought 12 monkeys and he put them on the island down here. And the next day when everyone paid their money to go see the monkeys were all gone. They had all jumped in the water and swam away. So now there's over 400 monkeys that live here at the park. And they've been spotted as far north as Jacksonville. Yeah, so they're on the move, they're not stuck in here. Now last week, one morning, there was nobody coming down to the boat. So I'm like, what's going on here? Because the boats are always busy. And I walked out front by the ticket counter, and there was about 40 monkeys out there. And they were throwing stuff at everybody. And the stuff they were throwing wasn't very nice. So they got out there with the leaf blowers, and they were able to chase these monkeys back into the woods. But I'll tell you what, they had everything held up for about 2 hours. Yeah, they were being really bad. Yeah, they were real bad monkeys. And then,
just see them anywhere around here?
Yeah, I mean, you never know where they're going to be. They go all over the place.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of drift a little bit here, see if we can see anything underneath of us.
What's this plant? This is everywhere. This
That's called ribbon grass or eel grass.
eelgrass.
And that's what the manatees eat. They love that grass. They'll eat about 200 pounds of that grass a day. Yeah. Now, a lot of people think manatees are fat. Look out the front window. There's a couple turtles up on that log there. Those are called red belly or red belly cooter turtles. And those turtles actually aren't what's considered a water turtle. They're called a basking turtle. And if those turtles don't get out on those logs like that several times a day, their skin will rot and they'll die. So it's absolutely necessary for them to get out like that. Yeah?
Photosynthesis plant. So cool. That looks so trippy. I guess a fish hide in there. Fish would just hide in that grass. Bigger fish, probably.
See what I can find out here for us. Not seeing anything. But if you guys do happen to see the monkeys today, don't try to get close to them. They're not very friendly. You know what I mean?
I was gonna try to.
They're actually pretty mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Aggressive monkeys. Gotta watch out.
Yeah, that's right.
Program that. Literally.
Yeah, they'll throw something at you, boy. They are not nice. Now the alligator, she'll lay about 25 or 30 eggs a year. And she'll put these eggs into a nest, and actually the temperature of the nest will dictate whether it's going to be a male or a female hatchling alligator. Now I believe if the temperature of the nest is 93 degrees or above, it's going to be a male hatchling alligator. If it's between 85 and 92, it could go either way, male or female. But if it's 83 degrees or below, it's going to be a female. Proving to us once and for all, females are cooler than males. Right?
There you go.
So I learned a hard lesson on this boat when I first started. I had my speech all made up and I was going to say a little joke right there. But I had the boat full of ladies with red hats on. And I said the wrong thing. I said females are cold-blooded. Well, they didn't think that was funny at all.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, so after several apologies, I finally got these ladies off the boat. And I said to myself, I'll never say that again. So now I say females are cooler than males. And I think it's going to save me from getting wet. You know? I don't want to get thrown in the water. But we learn by our mistakes, don't we? Now, does anybody know why the alligator has those lumps on their back? Those lumps kind of help them to warm up. An alligator's digestive system doesn't work very well unless the alligator is right around 84 or 85 degrees. So those lumps kind of act like a solar panel and helps them to warm up so they can digest their food. So that works pretty good like that. Now folks, I don't know if you can see all that Spanish moss hanging on the trees here on the sides of the river. See all that moss hanging on the trees? That's called Spanish moss. Back in 1920, there was a guy by the name of Henry Ford. He decided he was going to stuff his car seats with that Spanish moss. Well, guess what? There's chiggers in there. Those bugs that bite you. So the people bought the cars and they started driving around, and the next thing you know, they were getting bit up by bugs. So that was actually the first auto recall in America. And it was called the Ford Itch. You might have heard of it. So Henry Ford, he was a gentleman. He brought the cars back and he fixed them. But there's an old saying that came from that. Have you heard anyone say something like this? You know, your car's not running very good. So you take it into the mechanic and you tell the guy, hey, something's wrong with my engine. Do you think you can get the bugs out of it? That's where that saying came from. And they still use it today. I've got a bug in my computer. Now, I always check everything and make sure it's factual before I tell you guys. I look everything up on TikTok and make sure it's true.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Isn't it?
Oh yeah.
TikTok never lies.
What is it? I can't go too far over there. Yeah, there's a manatee right next to the door. Yeah, you can stand up. You can stand up. You can stand up and go over there. Here. Probably see a few more. Look on your left. Look on your left. That's looks right there coming up. See him right there? One right next to us on the left. Yep, there's two right there. Look at the little one. Look at the baby. Now manatees, they're almost blind. They can't see but like 2 feet in front of them. But they depend on their little hairs on their body to let them know if, yeah, you're welcome, to let them know if something's coming. So that's the way they find things. Yeah, they can't see very far. If they were to take a human test, they would be legally blind. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Oh yeah, but they always have to come back to the fresh water. Can you clear the trail for me there?
That's got to get annoying after a while.
Oh, it's very annoying. And they don't listen. Yeah, they go right in front of you. It's terrible. If I didn't have Chelsea on the boat, I would never make it back. Serious, man, it's bad, you know? I've had them come running right into the boat.
I've only never driven a jet ski. I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's big.
I've almost wrecked a jet ski. That's
Yeah. Yep. That boat's back in 1815, up to about 1858. There was, we were at war with the Seminole Indians. And we actually fought 3 wars. But after one of these wars, they said, look, let's make a treaty with the Seminole Indians. So they put together a treaty, and they sent Chief Osceola to see what the treaty said. And when he came back to the tribe, he told him, he said, listen, what they want to do, they said, if we give them the state of Florida, they'll let us walk to Oklahoma and live on a reservation. And they said, well, you go tell those U.S. armies we're not interested in that. So Chief Osceola went back to talk to him, and right in the middle of this meeting, he became very agitated. He stood up with his knife, and he went over to the treaty, and he stabbed his knife right through the treaty. He said, here's my signature. So he stabbed his knife right through the treaty. Now, that was the beginning of the Third War with the Seminole Indians.
Did he eventually get captured?
He did, yeah. Chief Osceola got captured. They captured him under a white flag, like a truce, you know? And they faked him out.
They took him captive in St. Augustine?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. folks, the last spring we're going to look at is called the Mammoth Spring. And they call this one the Mammoth Spring for two reasons. Number one, it's the biggest spring in the northern hemisphere. And number two, they found woolly mammoth tusks, prehistoric tusks from the Ice Age. So for those two reasons, they call this one the Mammoth Spring. So yeah, folks, this spring here is 60 feet deep. And this thing's putting out 400 million gallons a day. Well, that's what the city of Tampa uses every day, 400 million. Now, if you were trying to fill up an Olympic-sized swimming pool, you can fill it up in 45 seconds with the water coming out of the spring here. Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal, isn't it? Chelsea, you see anything down there? See anything? Awesome. So those statues down there, they've been there for 65 years now.
65
Yeah, they've been down there a long time. They were used in a movie called Never Say Never, which was a James Bond movie. And they were also used in a I Spy series with Robert Wolf and Bill Cosby. Huh? They put them down there as props for the movie. Well, folks, thank you so much for coming on the boat today. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed having you guys on the boat. Now comes the hard part, getting the thing back in there.
I've never seen directions like that.
you guys so much for coming on the boat today. You guys were awesome. Good job. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a happy new year. Now wait till we get the boat tied up and get that ramp down. It'll be a lot easier to get off the boat, okay? Thanks again, everybody. You guys have a great ride home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. All right.